Hello, it is Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Wednesday crossword, which means we're going to be solving a midweek, mid-difficulty crossword. And this midweek, mid-difficulty edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Adam and Annette Noble, Noah Bezanson, Alan Blunder, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they directly support this channel. They keep this series going. I'm very grateful to them for that support. Thanks to those four. Thanks to everybody who's a patron of the channel who keeps this going. Thanks for contributing at any level, however you do. And if you'd like to join that group, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. There you'll find all of the bonus videos available to patrons, including last week's mini puzzle pseudo speed solve, this month's unusual, possibly new style monthly bonus puzzle, and all the rest. So do check it out. And there's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server, and there's a link to that in the description field as well. And finally, it is a big help if you like the videos, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, comment if you feel so moved. Those things are all helpful, so thanks if you've done any of that. And now let's get on to the crossword. This is a construction by Morton J. Mendelsohn, a Wednesday construction. He's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times, as I recall, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see how we do today. Accelerated path of advancement. A jump, accelerated path of advancement. I'm not sure what that's looking for. I mean, it's a fast track. I mean, assume it, but I don't know what the four-letter word is. Ballot with votes for multiple parties. A split ballot? Would you ordinarily say that as one word, though? There's not something where it's sort of because the first word of this, a fast track, could be fast, and the first word of this could be split, and those would both fit. Is that thematic somehow? I don't know. Let's keep going. Cherish is love, to cherish someone. 1:30 or 2:30 e.g. is time, late, I don't know. To omit, if you drop a word from a sentence, you omit it, for instance. Shade of green. Vert. I encountered this the other day. What was it in? It was in maybe a Times cryptic crossword. And it obviously derives from the French for green, which is vert, which just means green. But I think there is a shade in the English language based on that word. This could be wrong, but I think that is a valid answer here. Here we have cherish, love. Okay, so the reason I looked back at love there is because when we have a dash in a clue, usually it is related to the puzzle's theme, and it means the answer is going to continue on from something we've already put in the grid. And that makes me think, so, there's that thing I said about the accelerated path of advancement could be fast track. This could be split something. And this is, okay. I should have looked at that immediately, but I didn't. This is a dash as well. The thing I'm getting at here is I think that means we're going to put in fast track here. The dash meaning we're continuing on from this across clue and then go down here. But cherish to me just means love. I don't really see what longer phrase we would need to mean love. Cherish. To cherish is to, I don't know. I can't think of anything to put here that continues on from love because that feels like a complete answer to me. Let's look at these crosses. Female friend. Oh, maybe this isn't that. Maybe that whole thing I said was wrong. I thought it was right. Let's see. Female friend in French is ami. That's why I removed that e there. Ami is friend in French in the masculine form, and then with an e on the end, it's the feminine form. Okay, 1:30 or 2:30. Yeah, still don't know. Shade of green. Vine green? Is there a vine green? I have no idea what's going on here. I'm sorry. It's funny that I jumped to what I think may well be how the theme works for these clues, but then this corner that I've filled in, I can't seem to figure out how it ties in. Kind of bean in succotash. I don't know. Lima bean maybe has an I right there. Maybe this isn't love. Because it just occurred to me, lime green, I was going to put lima here, and then I said, well, then this would be an M here. That could be lime green. Cherish, to hold dear. That's it. To cherish something is to hold it dear. There we go. Okay, I've now convinced myself about how this theme works. So I'm going to put in split ticket for a ballot with votes for multiple parties in an election. Say you're voting for candidates of different parties. Here we have fast track as an accelerated path of advancement. This, by the way, is a good idea. A good example of why it's good to just think about what sort of thing this is asking for, because when I first saw it, my reaction was just, well, I don't know what this is, and I'll move on. And ironically, if I weren't solving this on video, I would have just done that. I would have just moved on because I didn't see the answer. I probably wouldn't have figured out the theme until much later in the puzzle, and it would have just, I would have gotten just by crossing. But because I was doing it on video and I feel this need to sort of explain myself, I've learned that it actually can be helpful to just sort of sit and think about what this is looking for. And so when I was just talking through it aloud, I was saying, well, an accelerated path of advancement, I don't know what that would be in 4 letters, but it's some sort of fast track. And then I moved on. And then it was when I saw this one and had that same kind of observation, I didn't have ticket in mind yet, but I did think of split something. It made me think, oh, maybe fast track actually could fit in a thematic sense. And it did. So that's the kind of thing that I never would have landed on pre this video series. And to be honest, even if I solved this puzzle today on my own, off video, I probably still wouldn't have gotten there because I would have just skipped this and not thought about it really because I didn't see it immediately. Anyway, now let's look at what we've created from these crosses. Low states are, I don't know. Blank manual, user manual, and instruction manual. Pre-nursing homes. Oh, uteri, so, a baby nurses, but then pre-nursing, in other words, sort of before the baby's born, it's in the uterus, but homes is plural, so the plural of uterus is uteri. There we go. Okay, totals, mathematically, could be sums. And organization that may be involved in field trip planning. PTA, Parent-Teacher Association. Musical passages with smooth connected notes, legatos. And a kind of terrier is an Irish terrier is a kind of dog breed. Potter's area of expertise. Oh, Harry Potter is a wizard, so his area of expertise is a magic, right? There we go. To inquire about the health of something would be, or someone, more accurately actually, would be to ask after them. How are they doing? 1:30 or 2:30 e.g. is half past, right. Okay, I was wondering if this was going to, I had a thought for this that I didn't actually say because it seemed so random, but I was thinking lap times or something. I don't know why that was what I was thinking, but anyway, it didn't end up, because of love, actually, I guess that's why I thought that. Didn't end up being relevant, but there we go, 1:30 or 2:30. Okay, what an office computer whiz might provide, for short. In German, by the way, these sort of, when you say half an hour, it's sort of like 7:30. It works the other way, and you sort of mean before that hour. Although I guess the past makes that more explicit. Anyway, what an office computer whiz might provide, for short. IT help. There we go. Information technology help, as no one would ever say. Really ticked off could be irate, angry. Last Julio Claudian emperor, must be Nero. There we go. Mother in the 100-acre wood. The 100-acre wood is where Winnie the Pooh lives. So Kanga was the kangaroo mother, and then Roo, her child. Pooh's friend. I guess they're all Pooh's friends. Special talents are my first thought was tricks, but actually probably knacks. You have a special talent for this. You have a knack for it. And then low state. Low states are funks. You're in a bit of a funk. You're in a low state. You're feeling not so great. Downward dog in yoga, e.g., is an asana. Those are the yoga poses, the asanas. And then a hatchback alternative. So a hatchback is a sort of, what do you call that? A sort of format of car? What was the word for that? I don't know. But anyway, an alternative could be a sedan. So kind of normal four-door sort of car. Nothing is nada, zero, zip. Product once advertised with the slogan, everything you love about coffee without everything you don't. Sanka. I don't even know that I've ever had Sanka. I don't know what it is that they've left out. Is it decaffeinated perhaps? Or maybe not decaffeinated, but just doesn't have caffeine to begin with? I don't know. Okay. Bit of traditional Polynesian attire. Grass in the sense that grass might be used to create the traditional attire, so it would be a bit of it. That's probably the case. What you might do on the side of caution, you might err on the side of caution, as I was corrected the other day. Let's see if I can get myself to remember that. But yes, to err on the side of caution would be to obviously sort of prejudice yourself towards the safer option. Question often preceded by but. Not sure. What about this? Promotion for a new credit account, maybe. And Sierra Nevada, e.g. An ale. There we go. Promotion for a new credit account is a teaser? Why would that be in particular for a credit account? I don't know. Not sure. Mixed drink mixer soda. So soda water is a common mixer with spirits. Two-seater, perhaps. A two-seater. Oh, sofa, like a love seat, a small sofa. Toolbar heading. The edit menu in computer software. Oh, right. Oh, this is one of the theme clues. I completely forgot about how this works. A teaser rate. There we go. It was teaser. I was just thinking of teaser in the sense of like a promotion, a movie trailer or something could be a teaser. But in this case, it's a specific, credit rate. So an interest rate is being teased, a lower one, I suppose. Stayed in shape. If one stayed in shape, one kept fit. There we go. So is this going to be one of these? It is. Stimulating drug informally. Stimulating drug informally. That's interesting. Is it going to be the something then? Or maybe? I don't know. Blank extra soft drink. Okay, believe it or not, I know what this is. I don't even know if I've ever had this. I probably haven't. But I do know there is a soft drink called Pib Extra because there's a soft drink called Mr. Pibb that I think is meant to be, I think it's meant to be a kind of budget alternative to Dr. Pepper. But yeah, they have an extra one. I don't know what's extra about it. More caffeine, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, does that help me with this? Stimulating drug informally. A pep, I don't know. So I think in all of these cases, the theme, the sort of hinge here connects two entirely separate words. They overlap and they share a letter, but they're different words. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm just reminding myself that this probably isn't going to be one long word. It'll still be a phrase. But I can't think of what would fit. PCP? I don't know what this is going to be. Question often preceded by but. I don't know. Oh, is it art? Oh, preceded by but. For some reason, I was thinking of this phrase preceding the but, which doesn't make sense. But yes, so this is, you look at something and say, interesting. But is it art? If you're a sort of, I don't know, a particular sort of person, I suppose you might pose that question in that way. Biblical twin, Esau. There we go. Whoops. Comes up in crosswords not infrequently. Good one to keep in your memory. Right, here's this. Pep pill? Pep pill? Is that a phrase that people say? Let's look at these. Big bundle, a bale of hay. There we go. And then I think it is going to be pep pill. Ultra rapid transit options, bullet trains. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. So this is one of these. There we go. Great. Okay, that is that. To bend the truth, say, is to tell a lie, I suppose, yeah. Straightforward enough. Bit of cowhands gear. A lariat, which is, I'm pretty sure, simply another word for a lasso, but they may be slightly different. And apologies if so. Let's see. You might play something by this. Play it by ear. You've heard a piece of music and you're playing it without, having practiced it or with sheet music or anything like that. Expensive bar could be an ingot, so bar of gold, an ingot, gold ingot. Copy me. Do as I do. Yeah, that fits. There we go. Novelist Wharton, Edith Wharton. There we go, famous novelist. And, right here. I completely forgot about this. Okay, yes, because my thought here was, this is a bit of slight misdirection because you hear a bit of traditional Polynesian attire and you think, it'll be the garment itself. But no, they're misdirecting us, and the bit just means a bit of its component parts. But nope, actually, it was the first thing. There was no misdirection here. The only misdirection, I suppose, was that the answer doesn't fit in the space given. So it is a grass skirt. There we go. Okay. I still don't know what the theme is. It's something about corners, probably. Round the corner, turn the corner. I don't know. We'll find out. Orcinus blank marine species. Or Orcinus orca, maybe? Is that the species we typically casually refer to as the orca? When doubled, you get the idea, etc., etc. Yeah, okay. And then adolescence, for one, is a phase of your life. There we go. Game that everyone but one person barely loses. Oh, I see. Strip poker. I see. So when you lose strip poker, the manner in which you lose is to bury yourself over. You remove one piece of clothing every time you lose. I've certainly never played strip poker, and I think I'm unlikely to. But I'm aware that is the manner in which one would lose. So you lose in a bare way. Okay, and then one person doesn't lose because they're left with some clothes on. All right, interesting idea, but yeah, no. I think, that's probably it. It's very sort of modern construction. Yeah, no. Kind of a cousin of the inverse of the no, yes, which is an emphatic, which is a sort of no, yes. It's hard to come up with good examples for that, but the way in which people now, and I'm sure I do this as well, it's very common these days to precede yes with no, but not to mean no in any way. You actually do mean yes. It's interesting. Section of Chipotle's menu. Tacos, perhaps? Chipotle is a Mexican chain Mexican restaurant. To crash without would be to conk out, is to just go to sleep, to fall out, to drop out. None of these words are appropriate. What am I saying? Rhode Island is a state in the U.S., and then belly button type informally is an innie, so an innie or outie belly button. Here we have a tune with yellow fur Odie, that's a character from the Garfield comics, and then one with an eye on the future would be a seer, someone who can predict, or at least claims to be able to predict the future. Subject of a hairy hoax, the Yeti, notable cryptid, I think you'd call a Yeti. I was having a conversation with someone recently about what distinguishes a cryptid from a mythological creature. And I think it's that, I don't know. Maybe a Yeti is actually a mythological creature rather than a cryptid. Because I was thinking, a mythological creature needs to have some kind of, I think, long-standing. It needs to be a long-standing component of the cultural life of some kind of society. It needs to have been part of a kind of long-term mythology. Whereas, so I guess you could graduate. Maybe a cryptid is sort of an urban myth. It's like Bigfoot or something. Maybe in another couple hundred years, Bigfoot will have become a genuine part of mythology, but probably not. Because I don't know that there is really a sort of genuine mythological component to Bigfoot. At least doesn't seem to currently be in the kind of mythological record, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this. This is one of those sort of linguistic lines that there's probably a better way to define it that someone who isn't me has thought about more carefully. But there we go. 63 across. Okay, that's it for me. I give. You concede. You give up. Kilmer of Batman fame. So Val Kilmer played Batman in the 90s. In one of those movies, maybe? To silently acknowledge would be to nod at someone. And then Smirnoff competitor familiarly is Stoli. Right, so is this Stolichnaya vodka, I think it is, and Smirnoff vodka, another. All right. Many North Africans are Saharans, simply as that. And then kickback is to loll, maybe? I was thinking sort of loaf, to relax, to loll around. Is that to kick back? I don't really know that it is. And actually, it doesn't really fit with the H, so maybe it isn't. Kick back. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Prefix with thesis, antithesis, as in thesis, antithesis, synthesis. This is, kind of construction of an argument. UK network monitor with the UK network. Oh, did I say monitor? I meant moniker. UK network moniker. The name for a network here in the UK. The Beeb, the BBC, doesn't fit. Big slice, a slab. Maybe it is the Beeb. How could tell a lie be incorrect? Tell a fib. Oh, to bend the truth. I should have thought more about the specific implication of bend the truth. To, maybe not tell an outright lie, but be a little bit creative with the truth. It's more of a fib than a lie, you could say. So the Beeb is the network monitor for the BBC. And then top notch is A1. There we go. I was thinking Acme top, but no. Oh, and this is loaf. Oh, okay, it was what I wanted it to be. And then here we have I'm free of all prejudices. I hate everyone equally. W.C. Fields, the writer and actor. And there we go. That was the Wednesday crossword. Wait, did we never get a revealer? I'm actually kind of surprised by that. I'm just going to look through the answers to make sure I didn't miss one. I mean, there's this bend the truth, but I don't think that's anything. I'm really surprised. Apologies if I missed something explaining what's going on in this theme. Okay, I don't know what to make of that, but yeah, I'm really surprised by that. I was expecting there to be something explaining what's going on. Fast track, is there something that these have in common? Fast track, split ticket, hold dear. Huh. Teaser, I can't think of anything that ties these together particularly. Strip poker. Sorry if I'm missing something obvious about how this works. Pep pill. I don't know. I can't tell if I'm missing something about the theme or if it's just, we've got these little angled sort of Tetris pieces in the grid that are making the shape that this does, but I don't know that means anything necessarily. It's every case that there is a sort of, I don't know how to put this exactly, but in every instance, I think, of a sort of northeastern corner in this grid, we follow that pattern. I think that must be it. It's sort of just a little feat of construction here, that in every case where it would be possible to angle a clue around in that way, it does. Here we end a clue, but there isn't a sort of top bit to it. It's not part of a corner, so we don't turn the other way. Here, there's a corner, but it goes north rather than south, so we don't follow it. But in every case where we move, where we're traveling east and then we must turn south because of the geometry of the grid, then the clues do follow, the answers do follow that pattern. I think that must be what it is. It's just a sort of fully expressed version of this idea playing on the, yeah, grass skirt here as well. Yeah, playing on the grid geometry. Okay, that's all I can find. I think that must be it. Let me know if there's something more clever than that I'm missing, or if there's somehow a revealer buried here in the clues that I didn't see. I don't think there is. I'm sure I would have seen it by now. But, you know, famous last words, I don't know. There we have it. That was the Wednesday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know if I'm missing anything. But I think I figured out what it means. And I'll be back tomorrow with a Thursday theme, which could well be more elusive and tricky than this one. Probably not, actually. Usually the Thursday themes are, if anything, more overt, but also more complicated to figure out, typically. So we'll find out tomorrow. Do join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.